Our second lead story today, we are going to Ghana, where a group of lecturers and student campaigners who have been campaigning for the removal of India's Mahatma Gandhi statue.
In September of 2016, some lecturers and students at the University of Ghana demanded that the statues of Mahatma Gandhi that was erected on their campus be removed. And the reason for their agitation was Gandhi hated black people.
Mahatma Gandhi, as it were, is known to be anti-black and a racist.
The real Gandhi was a hateful Gandhi.
The real Gandhi spewed racism against Africans.
He called them kafirs.
He was a racist and he was against Africans.
He was divisive, racist, and classist, oppressive even toward his own people.
And he says he is even denied talking about the Indian, the not always obvious privilege of riding in the same municipal tram cars with his white fellow colonists.
If he cannot be pulled down by diplomatic means, in fact, I myself would not find it difficult to rally people behind me to take it down violently.
A statue of Mahatma Gandhi has been removed from a university campus in Ghana.
It's a very sad time and interesting time.
I think the very first question we should ask ourselves is, was Mahatma Gandhi racist? The answer to that question is simple. Yes, Mahatma Gandhi was racist. In fact, the official organization for Gandhi wrote this about Mahatma Gandhi. But there is more to this story, and which is, it wasn't just Gandhi that was racist. In fact, somebody like Winston Churchill was publicly a racist. All you have to do is to search Google for Winston Churchill view on race. You are likely to get to this Wikipedia page. Don't be disappointed if what you read on this page make you angry as a black man. But then there is even more important question I think we have to ask. Why was Mahatma Gandhi racist? Or why was Gandhi and Winston Churchill racist?
Clutched in his hand, the evergreen man of 80 years and 4 months sets out to tender his resignation.
In the period between 1650 and 1780, the concept of polygenism became popular in Europe. Polygenism was this idea that different human race came from different ancestors. I need you to pause a moment and think about the implication of this concept. Now, think about it. Imagine that white people truly came from different ancestors and black people also came from different ancestors. Now, think about that. If this concept was true, it means we cannot possibly be the same people. We are going to be different species. We are going to be different in intellect, in probably skeleton, in probably our blood, in our genes. We are going to be different in terms of our mental capacity. Yeah, I have a very sad news for you, and that is, starting from 17th century, you are having these famous European scientists coming to public, writing in the newspaper, radio, writing books. And they were making this claim that they have spent years, probably, in the laboratory to study different human races, and they have come to a very important conclusion, and that is the gene of a black man is different from that of a white man. His skeleton is different. His blood is different. Wait for it, whether you believe it or not. These scientists actually claim that the brain of a black man is smaller than that of a white man. Francois Barnier was a 17th century French physician who traveled a whole lot. This guy claimed that he had traveled all across the globe and he had seen probably every race of humans. In 1684, Barnier published a famous article in a journal called Journal des Savants. In this publication, Barnier divided human race into 4 according to their superior intellect. Then you have first-class race, second-class race, third-class race, and fourth-class race. In this same publication, Barnier claimed that, listen to this, there are genetic differences between these 4 races. And according to him, one of those races, the last race, is so bad and so inferior that it is close to animals. In 1734, Henry Home published this book. The title of the book was Sketch on the History of Man. And in this book, Home claimed that climate, weather, or any other thing could not have explained the reason why different races have different look. So if different race, that is India, black people, white people, have different facial feature, like some of them are black, some of them are yellow, some of them are white, then according to Holmes, it must be because these people came from distinct ancestors. And again, don't forget, if truly human beings came from different ancestors, they will be different. They will have different genes, they will have different mental capacity, and somebody is going to be inferior to somebody. And again, think about this. If truly we are different from one another and certain people are superior, why should we respect one another? Lions do not respect buffalo. Tigers do not respect bears. And snakes do not respect rats. So why should we respect one another if we came from different ancestors? In 1861, the German anthropologist Franz Brunner published his own theory, which is essentially similar to everything I have told you. In 1798, a French zoologist, Georges Cuvier, published his own publication in which he wrote this: black people are approximately monkeys. During this same era, Christomania published this book. In the book, he claimed that black people are very close to animals. They are having inferior genes, you know. Then you have Charles White, Richard Bradley, Thomas Jefferson, and hundreds of famous and influential scientists of 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th century. All of them were saying the same thing. All of them were writing the same thing. All of them were confident about the same thing. All these people claim that as scientists, they have spent months and months and months in the laboratory, and they have done their studies, and they have come to a conclusion that you should trust. And that conclusion is every race, different race of humans came from different ancestors, and some are superior to others.
Important part in the ceremonies attending the coronation,
1948,
and has probably
he was
been
killed
nearer
by
to
a
the
Hindu
sovereign than any
nationalist.
prime minister for many years.
Mahatma Gandhi was born in 1869 and Winston Churchill 1874. Imagine you are 17 years old or you are 20 years old in 1890, and several, probably most of the famous scientists of your days are saying the same thing. That is, different races of human came from different ancestors. And as scientists, we have actually spend years in the laboratory to figure that these people have different brain, different skeleton, different blood, and different genes. And we have arranged them according to how important they are. Don't forget, these are scientists, people with authorities, people that laymen do not question. The question I want to ask you is this: how likely are you to believe these guys? For you to know how tempting it was, let me give you a very simple example of how it is. Imagine that this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy all believe the same thing today, and they wrote books about it. They go to radio stations about it. They go to TV. They come to YouTube to talk about it, and they are passionate about it. The question is, how likely are you to believe the same thing? What even make it worse was that in the 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th century, while there are this group of scientists who believe in polygenism, the opposing group who believe something that is different also believe something that is as racist as what the first group believed. I'm going to create part 2 of this video, and I will explain to you in details what the second group believe, and you'll be surprised that if you are 20 years old guy in 1892 and you're a white person, there is little chance that you will not believe that human races came from different ancestors. In the second part of this video, I'm going to share with you what this second group of scientists believe, which is as crazy as the first one. But for now, what I need you to understand is this. If you live as a young adult in 1892, 1890, 1895, which Mahatma Gandhi and Winston Churchill lived, it is going to take a miracle for you to not believe what the scientists of the day was talking about when it comes to race. And this was the shoes Mahatma Gandhi and Winston Churchill found themselves. Now, this is what you have to understand. Human beings are like chameleons. We are products of our time, our era, and our environment, which is the reason why you, the same you, if you were born into an entirely different culture, entirely different part of the country, entirely different part of the world, you are going to believe different things than what you believe today. Which is the reason why you, this same you, if you were born 100 years ago, or you were born 200 years ago, you are going to believe certain things were moral, certain things were the truth, certain things were normal, that you do not believe are the same today. And that is the same thing that happened to Mahatma Gandhi, Winston Churchill, or every other people you think were racist.